I tried Android after my iPhone 5. This was a long time ago. My iPhone 5 died, and I got an Android, and I was like, I am never using iPhone ever again.
Yeah.
It's a little more difficult to use with doing certain things. Like, you have to go into, like, a files folder and shit sometimes.
Yeah.
But if you can manage that, way easier.
That's the thing is at Mac, in my experience, the reason to get one is that they absolutely work every single time until they don't. And then it's just it. Whereas Windows, it starts off pretty shitty and then there's like a little bit of an incline and then like a slow 10-year steady decline.
Yeah.
That's at least been my experience.
Yeah,
so.
you're right. It's because they update like websites and shit.
Yeah,
they keep updating those for the newest shit because they're in cahoots with the computer companies. So if they keep updating their website to where you need more RAM and shit to run it, your computer just starts going slower. It's not really your computer. It's just your computer can't use the highest quality new programming anymore.
Right.
And I mean, you know, I think Mac is pretty also resilient to all like the poo-poo pee-pee porn you'd go on. I mean, you know, they're good about that.
The Macs are just built for like people who don't want to use a computer. Like that was always the appeal of them when they first came out. It's like, hey, your mom can click it and she won't be confused.
Right? Yeah.
Your dad won't fucking text you what's a right click. You know?
Yeah. I'm like so. I mean, I was like raised on Windows, so I'm used to it being like this arduous.
You should be.
Right? Yeah. And I'm used to this arduous, stupid process, and it's not just being like, "Hi, can we set everything up for you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but I don't know what that means." Like, I won't let them like just do the process and mind my data.
Well, that's been pretty much with this computer. Is they keep being like, "Do you want to enroll in this Microsoft thing?" I'm like, "No, I don't want anything to do with any of you fuckers." Mac will just let you be like, "No, click through and you're done."
Yeah. Do you want us to stop bothering you?
Whereas Windows is literally like, you have to make a password or else fuck you.
Yeah, you have to get this antivirus. Like, why does this come loaded with
Shut
antivirus?
Up!
Yeah,
leave me alone. Stupid. So it's literally just like what annoyances can you handle at what time? Would you like to be annoyed up front or in like 5 years and have
I'm one of those.
It's like, what kind of relationship do you want? Do you want like one where it's like you got to work on it from the outset, but you're like, there's something special about this that's worth sticking around? Or do you want like something that's easy as shit and then it just makes you feel like you're dead inside?
Hot damn, Carter's back, everybody.
hello
Seaman.
That's right, the Seaman. Seaman Glasgow.
I was going with Cardi G.
Cardi G. I've been called Cardi G before.
Does someone already hit that?
I forget who I forget who said it, but that's been lobbed at me. Cardi G. Farter asscock.
Obviously, that's the classic.
That's the classic. You know, many names.
Well, it's good to have you back. Good to see you.
Great to be back. Great to be seen. Great to see you guys.
Exciting after the tragedy of yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean,
dude, we were fucking riffing about matcha green tea.
We were cooking.
Yeah, I hear it was.
We're fucking cooking, and then the old Mac, the old lady, shit the bed.
Yeah, just wouldn't let you have your way.
Yeah, the old ball and chain.
Yeah, damn it. I mean, the fucking, I blame the election.
Dude, my roommate today was watching this the movie known as the first screwball rom-com.
Oh,
from like the 30s.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Bringing Up Baby?
No.
His Girl Friday.
No.
What's that movie with Cary Grant? Arsenic and Lays?
No, but I like how this has turned into a game.
Me and Rivers be like, we like cinema.
We know all movies.
What was it though?
I think it was called It Happened One Night.
Oh,
yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
I was I actually watched
that won an Oscar. It was Best Picture.
Best Picture, Best
Actor,
Best Actress.
Swept the
two more. Best Script.
I was it's so funny you bring that up. Last night I watched One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Oh yeah.
Which also did that.
Yeah,
and it was one of the few movies that swept all the categories like that. I forget the other one was, but there's three, and One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest was one, and It Happened One Night was one.
It Happened One Night. Yeah, it was interesting to watch.
Was Titanic one of the others? Because I know that won a bunch.
Did it win Best Actor though?
Oh yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah, it did sweep like the technical categories. I think like director and Best Picture, but no, I mean like did you like it?
It was funny at some parts. It really, like, you know, it was funny just because it's the 30s too, and the things are so different. You know?
Hey, that's the wrong water fountain.
Sit down there, lady. I'll give you a smack.
Oh, dude,
that kind of stuff.
There's definitely one of those parts. There's the part where she was hungry and they had a chance to go into a restaurant for a hamburger.
Yeah.
And she's like, I really want to eat. And he just goes, if you go in there, I'll break your neck.
I'll box your ears. It's like, I mean, even like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, there's this, I was like, man, I remember loving this movie. And it was like my favorite movie. And like, when I remember watching it with my dad and like him just being like, this is a great movie. You're going to love this.
I just remember how nice they were to the chief, you know?
Yeah. Well, like, as soon as the movie starts and then Jack Nicholson's in it and you're like, man, he's like so on fire in it.
Yeah.
And then there's just like, it's immediately like the politics of it don't really hold up because he's just going like, when you get that little 15-year-old beaver right in your face. I mean, Doc, any man couldn't resist that. I mean, it's just like shit that just would not fly now.
Oh God, I wish I could remember somebody tweeted that Jack Nicholson is the hottest ugly guy of all time.
Yeah.
It's like, man, that's very accurate.
Yeah. He's got like that crazy hair and he's, you could strike a match off his face. And
well, that just goes to show you it's not about looks. It's about being cool.
He's the coolest.
Yeah.
He's
and
the
that's why you
coolest.
can get away with being an ugly monster.
Absolutely.
Mick Jagger, same thing. Ugly as fuck.
Man.
Yeah.
Darling, light of my life.
Light of my life.
Fucking God.
I love Jack Nicholson. I was born on the same day.
Oh shit.
In 1937.
Wow.
I'm 83 years old.
Did you grow up believing that your sister was your sister, not her mother?
No, well, I grew up thinking that my brother was my sister. No, I don't know. I've always fucking loved Jack Nicholson. But yeah, no, it's I'm trying to remember that other movie that swept the category.
If anybody out there has to run a trivia night, that's a good one. It's,
That's like a
what do
classic
Bobby Darin and Jack Nicholson have in common?
What was that?
They both grew up believing that their grandmothers were their mothers and their mothers were their sisters.
Yeah.
They were like lied to until they were adults. And they're like, oh yeah, your sister had you, or your sister is actually your mother. She had you out of wedlock.
Yeah, I was like reading about how his reaction was like, I was a little older, so I guess am I turning into Ray Liotta?
It's like halfway between. It's halfway between Rick Wood and Ray Liotta.
Yeah, I guess Ray Liotta's a little bit more, light and goofy,
Yeah,
but Jack's
make a little scratchy.
Yeah, a little scratchy, and Doc, you can hear his eyebrows through his voice.
He's like a Midwest guy, so the Eastern accent.
Well, he's from Jersey.
Is he from Jersey? I thought
he's
he grew
from Jersey,
up in Indiana or some bullshit.
He came here when he was like in his teens.
Oh, okay.
But he's from Jersey.
Oh shit. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, but he's the shit though.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Check out One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, people. Check out It Happened One Night.
Get up on some classic cinema shit. Now's the time to do it.
My roommate is really into movies. She's like followed big on Letterboxd and shit.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Dude, I love Letterboxd.
She's the most followed female on Letterboxd.
No shit.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
And
why isn't she on here? Let's have a fucking movie show.
No.
No?
I'll never let her on this podcast.
What? Come on.
She doesn't know it exists, and she never will. No, she does. She'd probably definitely do it. She loves to talk about movies.
I would fucking
awesome.
absolutely.
And so she just likes film history. So we watch it, and then she looks up the trivia about it.
Oh yeah,
and apparently like this movie inspired so much shit. Like Bugs Bunny was kind of popularized or like based off him because at some point he's eating a carrot and talking fast.
Oh
yeah. And so and Yosemite Sam and other characters were like inspired by shit from this movie. And it won all those Oscars. And then one of the bits of trivia on IMDb is that Adolf Hitler liked it. And then it's like, man, it feels weird to be like, okay, bad people can like good things, but also I like the same thing as Hitler.
He can,
and I have to deal with that.
He had some Kim Jong-un-y tendencies to like, he liked some parts
Hitler?
of Western.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he loved. That's why he had the mustache. It was Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah,
It's like you can't say, oh, this thing sucks because Hitler liked it, but it is weird. Likes stuff that Hitler liked.
It's a bummer that he likes it.
But also there's scenes in that where Cary Grant or whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah, Cary Grant. Yeah,
I don't remember.
Clark Gable.
Is it Clark Gable?
It is.
Oh, okay,
I don't
never
fucking
mind.
know.
I always figured
Cary Grant's Arsenic and Lays.
he was like the screwball comedy guy in the 30s.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But there's scenes where he was supposed to take off his undershirt or something, but he was really having problems doing that. And so they just dropped it halfway through the movie, so he just didn't have an undershirt anymore. And people thought this movie was so cool that undershirt sales dropped. Like, men across America were just like, I'm not fucking wearing that shit. I want to be like Clark Gable.
Have you seen the embarrassing Hitler photos?
No.
I said all of them.
No, he did a photo shoot. This is I think this is either right. I mean, it would have had to be either been right before the beer hall putsch or after he got out of jail, but it was, before he was in power.
Yeah.
And he did this photo shoot, and I'll put some of these up on our Twitter because they are very fucking embarrassing, where he's taking all these posed photos in black and white where he's trying to look fucking dramatic.
I like that. It's like a bad headshot.
Like, oh, yeah, it is a bad headshot.
Is there like one of him as like a firefighter?
Look at this.
Oh my God.
There's all these like ridiculous ones, and it's true. It's because he was like a Charlie Chaplin fan. He was like, oh, I should become relatable by taking these like,
it's like a actor at a theater.
It's totally
like not even a movie actor.
Yeah, like
is like Trump has shots like this. Like he has like one of him like dunking a basketball, but they just like lowered the rim, so it's like him doing
His last one where he's putting his arm up in a almost Nazi salute, but he also kind of has like a half metal horns going.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's got like that half metal horns and like a holler if you hear me kind of thing going on.
That's the classic one there, where he's got two hands up kind of a thing.
It's so horrifying.
This is the Randy Orton pose for the wrestling fans listening.
Jesus.
It's straight up the pose Randy Orton does when he's on the ramp coming down.
Hey Hitler, why don't you paint me a picture? We'll talk later, you fucking failed artist.
If you don't know what the Randy Orton pose is, imagine a guy trying to block the sun with his front hand and in the back do like a bicep flex.
Yeah, I've always been curious. I think what it's supposed to be is he's supposed to be like Atlas, like he's holding up the world or something, I guess.
I thought it was maybe a bow and arrow.
I've never quite figured out the Randy Orton pose. It's a weird one,
Do you think like Hitler?
I was talking about Hitler still. I thought we were talking Hitler here.
I'm trying to talk about the Viper here, all right? The legend killer.
Do you think,
Randall Kenneth Orton.
Do you think Hitler would like show those to like Ava Braun? He'd be like, "It's cool, yeah."
No, totally. He had them in his wallet. He was like, "Look at these. I took these when I was in the beer hall."
Oh, these? Oh, I wouldn't worry about these. They're cool though, yeah.
She probably helped him pick out his outfit. Let's be honest.
Oh yeah,
he couldn't do this without her finding out.
Oh, it's yeah. So, like I said, I'll throw some up on the Twitter because they are funny. But just Google Hitler photo shoot. It's pretty.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Pretty good.
I say don't Google Hitler anything. if you want my opinion,
you don't
people,
get on a list or nothing.
Oh,
Actually, no, they love that shit.
the government's list of cool ass people.
It's like some guy like the NSA is like cracking his knuckles and he's like having his coffee and he's like, list of people who Googled Hitler today.
Just millions.
Teacher.
Rivers
Langley. Yeah, Rivers Langley.
Bedroom comedian Rivers Langley.
Lo-fi indie bedroom comedian.
Yeah.
No, I mean this is the thing to be doing during this time. I tell you, man.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Potting, dude. This is what comedy has right now.
Yeah. Look, you don't have to Google Hitler photo shoot. What you do have to do is if you're
subscribe and rate our podcast.
Yeah. That would be first.
Comment with your favorite picture of Hitler. Just kidding.
Here's the things you need to do in this order. Number 1, rate, review, and subscribe. Number 2, the thing I'm about to mention, and then a distant third would be the Hitler thing. But what you should do if you are
but it's still third.
It's still third.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other things that are below it still.
Yeah. But second is, if you are a Facebook person, I need everybody to join the group, and you have to type this out.
Hitler's cool.
Hitler is cool. City Watch,
created by Rivers Langley.
City.
I'm gonna go across the country, gang. Just kidding.
This is what the podcast is about.
Yeah,
we got edgy.
Just slowly realizing it's like there's a lot of Hitler talk. You guys.
It's a Facebook group. It's called City Watch, and then in brackets, Uncut, Montgomery, Alabama.
Oh boy, is it like Citizen for Montgomery?
It's a Facebook group where the citizens of Montgomery come to fight, and it is lit as fuck all the time.
What's the actual purpose of it?
It's supposed to just be for like local news, like for instance, today someone jumped off a bridge, and the cops had to block off a road.
I saw these suspicious-looking characters. And
it's kind of like a neighbor.
Basically, how to profile people. It's an easier way to subjugate and profile people.
I'm sure most people have, like, because I know Auburn has one that's like, what's happening in Auburn, Alabama? And it's just kind of people being like, hey, I just moved here. What's a good church to go to? Like, that's what it's supposed to be. Is like, hey, what's the best Mexican food? That kind of thing. But then
who on this street has the best apple pie? That's old Miss Winters.
I just moved here. Let's hang out, guys.
There is some of that sometimes where it's like, I'm having trouble meeting people, and you're like, oh, and this is where you came to Facebook.
You just declared to the entire city, I am a loser.
Fucking huge. I'm so sad.
I don't have social skills. Who wants to be my friend?
Yeah.
If anybody else is ugly and boring, let's meet up.
Let's meet up at whatever happens to be the best Thai food in town. Where would that be? Help
I'm told
me.
to like Thai. I have no interest, so you can really pick the place.
So it's lit all the time. Like, for instance, somebody posted that they posted a picture of their driveway, and their driveway had two like concrete squares and then what appeared to be an entire yard made out of dirt. And which, whatever, live your life. But they were complaining that the trash people had knocked over their trash can. And so the trash can was just horizontal on the ground. And they wrote this long thing about how like the trash people were like doing this on purpose to like fuck with them.
Yeah.
And of course people just like immediately clicked on their profile and was like, this is an able-bodied 40-year-old woman. Like, it's just pick up the fucking trash
Pick the trash can up.
And what happened next was, as of this recording, over 1,000 comments of just people dragging this woman, and it's so goddamn funny. And my favorite one was where, because the whole yard just had basically two squares of concrete was what the driveway was. And so somebody was like, you need to mop your driveway. Just shit like that, where just people are just dunking on it.
That guy doesn't have an issue with the trash guys who have it out for him. So I could see why he would think that's funny. But, but it isn't.
I loved it.
Funny to mention that. On the way over here, this is the first time I've been back to the house in months.
Yeah.
And I was driving over here, and I was like, oh, it's so nice to be, it's almost a thunk, and then like I drove so close to a trash can that it bent my mirror back, and I was like, oh fuck, I'm alive, oh fuck, and like I had to get out and like just bend it back and be like, you got a fucking 10 and 2, you got to pay attention.
I love it. You're just like driving down singing the green grass of home.
Yeah, the green grass of Green Day.
Yeah, but anyway, the reason I bring this up. A, everybody join it because it's hilarious. But B, I got just a staggering post on the City Watch Uncut Montgomery, Alabama page. And first of all, I'll show you a picture of the guy. He's that's his profile picture. It's a white guy wearing a Jamaican hat.
Wow.
With the fake dreads.
Fake dreads.
Can I say it? Will.I.am Dafoe.
Man, that's accurate.
But yeah, so his name is Donald Sherwood, and he writes just open post to everybody on City Watch Uncut Montgomery. Trump is a genius! Election fraud update. If you have been following for a long time, you know the term watch the waters. You probably understood it to mean the Three Gorges Dam, but it was never referring to that. The Watch the Water intel refers to the watermark on the official registered ballots on a QFS blockchain that prevent fraud. The National Guard has been deployed to 12 states: Alabama, Arizona, Pennsylvania, Colorado, Texas, Wisconsin, Tennessee, Washington, Virginia, Delaware, Illinois, Kentucky, and now they are counting the official ballots. The Dems fell right into the trap of this sting operation, and Trump has it all. fraud will be exposed for the world to see. And isn't it fancy how amazing Justice Amy was confirmed right before the election so she can rightfully take care of the business of election fraud. Oh, and this is only the beginning of the epic times that lie ahead. So did Trump win by a landslide? You will soon see that he did. And then the best is the last line. Does anyone know anything about this?
We heard about this? We read about this?
Can I ask?
Did you read the news? Did you check this out?
Can I ask, at the beginning, did he write, read this in the voice of a local community theater actor?
Well, based
on you.
Look, I mean, I'll show it to you. Based on the amount of random capitalizations and exclamation points.
I didn't realize it was like that.
There's only one way to read that. Yeah. I mean, this is what he wants. If you're hitting me with a bunch of...
I mean, he is into appropriating other people's cultures. Do you think in a patois, perhaps?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the election 2020 makes me irie.
Very irie.
Okay, here's the question I have. Guy who wears Jamaican dreadlock hat. Smoke weed or not?
Oh, good
Too
question.
much weed.
Yeah,
possibly
much
too much or never has done drugs in his life.
Yeah. Those people exist too. That's very weird too. People who like love the shit out of weed and talk about how much they love it, and they smoke maybe once a month or something.
Oh yeah, I get high 2 times a year, but I fucking love it.
Yeah, bless the herb. It gives you strength and clarity. It's like you don't really.
Unless you fucking blow it down right when you get up every day.
That's right.
All day. You're not a real weed toker.
Yeah, you don't sit at a DMV high off your ass.
I got so high last night. I was like, I'm never smoking weed again. I got like that high.
How many times has that happened to you?
A bunch.
I feel like I've heard you say this
especially lately when there's nothing to do but get high.
Oh man, I remember everything I'm supposed to be afraid of the first 5 seconds of getting high, and then like I get over it. But like the first 5 minutes, I think everyone does this. As soon as like I smoke it, then I'm like, I feel this weird. In California, I feel this weird like I got away with smoking pot.
Yeah.
And then like I sit in my room and I think about, man, I'm a shithead to all my friends. I'm an asshole, and the world's falling apart. And then I watch that movie and I forget.
Oh yeah. I was so high. It's because I have epilepsy, and I smoke weed all the time, and nothing bad happens.
Sure.
Because I have epilepsy, sometimes I'll get so high and be like, am I about to have a seizure? But I'm just extremely high, and I know it's not going to happen, but I'm still just paranoid in my head.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it's the immediate, like, I'm going to have a heart attack. I know for sure going to have a heart attack.
Yeah,
I'm going to. That's why people. It's like if you can steer past the scariest 5 minutes of your life, then it's very enjoyable. Yeah. But back to this fella. I think he is. I don't know if the conspiracy theory nonsense is fueled by weed, but it's definitely. I mean, he's a shut-in.
I don't know. He probably has friends. Post a picture of a hat like that.
Yeah, you're right.
He's like, Tony's going to think this is so funny.
No, he went to Sandals, Jamaica by himself.
He's an annoying regular at a bar. Like, that's what I think that guy is.
100%.
He's someone who claims to smoke a bunch of weed, but he's just a drunk. He's just a weird fucking drunk.
He has a Bob Marley shirt.
Yeah.
Two things about this. One, anybody who uses the phrase blockchain, you're like, okay, immediately this is like a QAnon fucking Bitcoin weirdo.
I don't know what blockchain is, but I just know every time it gets brought up, that person's bad.
It means a lot of times what it means is the same thing that if you heard somebody say something about, if you heard the phrase taxes theft in 2007, you're like, oh, you're like a libertarian shithead. Now it's like anybody talking about Bitcoin or blockchain, you're like, all right, this person's going to be annoying.
Okay, gotcha.
Is kind of, that's at least been my observation.
Man, I haven't even heard that term. Maybe I'm shutting myself in too much from dumb people.
No, it's not anything.
You're just
anyone
not on social media
needs to know about.
I have been lately. I've been lurking more than I should. I've just been lurking on Twitter and stuff.
Get on that City Watch. I swear to God, you could do a whole podcast about City Watch uncut. It's fucking crazy. Everything that happens on there is just insane. People.
I got off social media on like the 31st of October. I was just like, I'm done with that. It wasn't even an election shit. It was just like me being like, I'm sick of
it. Like this makes me feel bad.
I never use my phone anymore. It's fucking crazy. Wow. And I just don't think about social media all day. It's fucking great.
You seem happy.
It's great.
Yeah, it seems awesome. I mean, I never, it's like when alcoholics drink, it's like I'm not looking at the social media because I'm happy.
No.
You know what I mean? Like I'm looking at it because I'm filled with anxiety, and this is confirming everything.
It's something I used to do so much that now sometimes if I get on my phone, I'll just instantly open my browser and go to Twitter. And then as soon as I'm on there, like, oh wait, I'm not doing this right now. But earlier I did it, and I was like, oh, I have notifications, and my latest one was somebody just being like, hey, are you alive? Just because I haven't tweeted in like 3 days.
Oh wow!
And that's just more confirmation I shouldn't be on Twitter.
Dude, it's like, I mean, like, I have a new phone. I dropped my phone like a couple days ago.
Where'd you drop it?
At Carly's house.
Okay.
Just like fucking flat down, like made this loud thud. We're like, there's no way it works after that.
Buddy, I threw my phone away today at the park accidentally.
No.
I had just a bunch of shit I needed. Like I was waiting for. We went to Griffith Park today, Carter. I mean, I was waiting for Carter to get there, and I just had a bunch of shit in my car, and so I put it in a big bundle, and then I also had my phone in my hands, and just went and I just tossed all of it in there. And I felt my pocket. I was like, fuck! So I had to take the top off the trash can at Griffith Park and fucking reach down. Unfortunately, it was just my
I've pulled
shit in
my
there.
phone out of a dumpster before. I know the feeling.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I every time I lose it, I think like that's what I've done. So I've just thrown it in the trash.
But yeah, you dropped yours.
I dropped mine, and I have a new phone, and I have all my numbers and contacts and shit, but like I don't have any social media on it, and I'm like, maybe I'm just gonna leave it off.
Yeah, do that.
Like it's just like I feel like what am I missing?
We'll let Rivers promote the podcast, which he already does.
I was gonna say that's already.
Well, I never post a photo on Instagram unless someone else took it of me. I never like post like a selfie or something.
You're not a selfie guy.
No, I'm not a selfie guy. So if someone took a nice photo of me or something and I happen to be doing something, I'd be like, I'll put that on social media. But like it's if I limit the social media to just my laptop, then I get tired of it more quickly, and then I'm just like, okay, saw Twitter or whatever, and I just go down YouTube rabbit holes now. Like that's more fun.
Yeah, listen to music.
Listen to music and shit.
I gotta say, I think I've gotten pretty good at just cutting myself off. If you just keep the thing, it's like if you feel yourself getting mad, then step away, because as I say on this podcast all the time, don't let them see you get mad ever. So
you're right.
If you feel yourself like okay, and you know,
definitely don't tweet as much as like I do. And the reason I don't promote the podcast is, have you seen my Twitter? I'm trying to to all of our benefits, trying to distance myself from this podcast publicly.
No, I still enjoy it. It's weird because I have the exact opposite experience on Twitter that almost everyone else I know does, which is that somehow I've managed to cultivate the magic amount of people that everyone I hear from, it's mostly just people being like, oh, this was funny on the podcast, or
that was my favorite part of social media, when people would tell me they liked me.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the podcast.
So that's wholly why I want to be on those things, is for the dopamine rush of people liking stuff. But like, I mean, like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I definitely was one of those people who saw The Social Dilemma, and I was like, absolutely. They're mining our data. And if I could feel myself being getting crazy about it.
No, it's true. If you want to use these things, don't use the apps. Seriously, they are the ones that collect your data. If you just go through the browser and shit, you won't get as much of your shit stolen.
It's been a much more enjoyable experience. And I do have like Phantom, like I'll pull my phone out to like look.
Happens to me fucking 10 times a day.
Absolutely.
I'll leave my phone in the other room now for like hours, and then when I go back to it, it's like, nobody's texted me. I literally had no reason to be on my phone this entire time.
Oh yeah.
And I'm glad I didn't use it.
I'll just look at my phone and I'll be like, you know what? It's just Carly texted me 36 times, but everything else is fine.
Yeah. Well, so for everybody listening, this means retweet the podcast when I tweet it, because these fucking guys they're self-caring. They're doing self-care.
I'm rubbing a little dirt on the wound. You know what I mean?
So hit me with that RT.
Let's
increase the algorithm.
I just want to have like a fun uncle presence on social media. You know what I mean? Like no one's upset by anything.
If you get a tweet from Cardi G, baby, that's a fucking honor.
Oh, buddy. I mean, I tweet once a month or 2 months or something. I think I tweeted that I was drunk as hell watching the election results.
I retweeted that. Yeah.
Yeah. All my followers are just other open mic comedians. So when I post the podcast, they're just like, here's another thing I'm not going to listen to. I'll like it maybe. The algorithm.
It's the algorithm. Yeah, it's not actually. You're not actually tweeting to the people.
But have you seen my Twitter? I gotta act like I'm not on this.
I wanted to share this because it's also been going around like right-wing insane social media, and it's pretty funny to me. This is the picture. I'll show it to you guys, and I'll put it on our Twitter right next to the Hitler pics so everybody can see it.
What is it? What am I looking
for? A bunch of votes.
It's a bunch of ballots that a construction worker found in a field in Glendale, Arizona. And so I'll just read the story, and then I kind of talk about the reaction to it because it's insane. This is from Glendale, Arizona. Authorities in Arizona are investigating after 18 ballots stole from mailboxes were discovered last week at a farm. The Arizona Attorney General's office said Tuesday that a worker at a farm located a stack of unopened mail-in ballots last Friday in a field in Glendale and reported it to the Glendale police. The police department shared on Facebook that the man who made the discovery, Brian Ruse, located a total of 18 ballots in a field, quote, underneath some concrete and rocks. The police went on to say...
Oh, yeah, like total accident. Yeah.
They say that he did the right thing by returning the ballots, trying to ensure that everyone who wanted to vote early still could vote. So these ballots, like, they weren't opened. They weren't the ballots going back to the post office. They were coming from... So they're empty. So they were stolen out of somebody's incoming mailbox.
Even with this shit. Yeah. Even with this kind of fucking shit. It's like Biden is still going to win by mail-in vote. That's how overwhelmingly it was for Biden.
Well, that's the thing.
You sure about that?
Yeah, I don't know. I want to knock on wood. It makes me nervous even saying
it. No, they're going to steal the election again. The Supreme Court is now fully Republican-leaning.
Right.
If it comes down to any sort of people arguing for anything, which they're already in control of everything, they're going to be able to contest it.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to 2000 election all over
except
again.
There's 5 Floridas.
Yeah.
But no, the reason I wanted to share this is what happened is the guy called the cops, is like, hey, I found a bunch of ballots in the field. And on Halloween night, the cops drove the ballots back to, because they were all taken from just one neighborhood.
Right.
So they just went back, were like, hey, here's your ballot, here's your ballot, here's your ballot. And so people sent them back in and whatever. That picture that I just showed you is now all over, including the Montgomery City Watch. That's where I saw it, of people just being like, they're stealing the election for Biden.
Because of that photo?
Yeah, they're like, oh, this is what Trump was, because you remember in the debate, Trump was like, they're finding ballots in creeks. They're clogging up the creeks in West Virginia with the ballots. That's what he's talking about. But it's like, but that assumes that, A, what you just said, all of the people who sent in ballots aren't fucking Democrats, which they are.
Yes.
B, these ballots aren't marked. So they're not even votes, which just means that the people who didn't get these in the mail were like, I didn't get a ballot. And they either went to vote or they didn't in person.
They're unopened. How can you tell? Yeah, like...
There's nothing on them. They're not votes until you fill them out, you fucking dumbasses. But of course, no one read the actual story. So now I just want everybody to know, when you see the picture of the construction worker with his 2 boots and some dirt and 18 ballots in the dirt, that's what that's a fucking picture of. But it is turned into a right-wing meme now of them being like, this is what we said they would do.
Lord.
And I was like, there's 18 of them.
There was everybody on both sides. It was like, the election's going to be tampered with.
Oh, yeah.
And we were all just like, cool, let's do it. So they're not wrong. The people who saying they're fucking with the election are not wrong at all.
Right. It's been interesting. We the show that our miscarriage of a show yesterday. I played the barbecue guns fucking
that shit rules.
Freedom guy.
I also played a song about a guy who loves to eat pussy.
I mean,
that's right.
These are just like distillations of the soul of America.
I was hoping we'd just talk about how good that podcast was yesterday.
Oh, man, yeah,
damn.
Yeah, we tried to recreate it.
It's like that would be so sad and bad. That wouldn't work out good at all.
It's like, all right,
so Rivers asked me if I did anything on election night, and I said, man, I heard this song,
but he did play Grand Theft Auto and he did play Teddy Pendergrass music.
This is like your Brian Wilson smile. You know, I mean, it's just like buried. It's like, God, we got to hear it.
We got to reconstruct it. We got to hear.
Well, we should do it as a.
I was gonna say, if this is Smile, then we all, we need to be.
Make it a musical when we're allowed to do musicals again.
we need to turn all the lights off, light a bunch of cameras, put on fire helmets, and. then it'll really be Smile.
Whoa, do you have another picture of a car down there, Rivers?
I do. Yeah, it fell off the wall. These are props from the Hush Money sketch Moonlight Madness.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Where
that.
it's a Ford Lincoln Mercury dealership, and I was like, well, what are the two funniest Ford Lincoln or Mercury cars from the 90s? And obviously, it's the Ford Mustang and the Mercury Cougar.
Yeah.
So you can see those over a friend of the show, Luke Jensen's shoulder in his scene there.
Oh yeah, how's Luke doing?
Luke's doing good. He moved to a new house. Friend of the show, former roommates. He's got the most badass house ever. That would be the coolest place to have a fucking comedy show.
Yeah,
and he will never do one there. So
that's a good call.
Rivers, you got to stop thinking like this.
I know. Yeah.
You said it about our laundry room. You said it about.
Oh, I still stand by the laundry room, baby. That is the spot. Let's get a bunch of people in there. We'll breathe on each other.
Everybody in here, they'll breathe on each other. Everybody, the whole show, being like, "Are we allowed to be in here?"
Yeah. There's really only one story that I've got that just set off every alarm for something funny for me. It has nothing to do with the election.
Perfect. Thank God.
This is from Davie, Florida, which is just west of Fort Lauderdale. A man was horribly mauled by a black leopard in a backyard zoo in Broward County, wildlife officials have said.
I love this story also.
This was from last week. According to the victim's wife, 50-year-old Dwight Turner paid $150 for a quote-unquote full contact experience with a black leopard, which allowed him to, and now I'm quoting, play with the leopard, rub its belly, and take pictures. So
some Tiger King shit.
It is some like small time Tiger King shit, and as we're gonna find out, Monkey King as well.
Wow.
So first of all,
Donkey Kong will never lose that title to me.
Yeah,
he's the true king of the apes.
He was.
Well, he's an ape though. We're talking monkeys here. We're talking lesser primates.
Yeah.
Tigers and monkeys and oh shit. Carol Baskin, you bitch. Take away my monkeys, I'll kill you.
Oh, man. Photos released by the Florida Wildlife Commission show Turner's bandaged head covering his wounds. So the incident happened at a home owned by Michael Paggi. The backyard of this home operates as an exotic animal sanctuary and animal rescue known as Paggi's Animal House.
Mm-hmm. Bet the neighbors love that.
Dude, I've got the Yelp reviews.
Right, they're all from his neighbors.
I mean, no, but you can tell that this would be a nightmare to live next to this guy. He's got YouTube shit too. Look him up, Poggi, Michael Paggi. And I looked at the street view for his house, and it is straight up just like a random neighborhood in Florida. Like
that rules.
So it's not a zoo. It's like,
why didn't he call it Paggi's Pets? For the alliteration.
Oh, it's not. They're not pets. This is a sanctuary. Although, as we're going to see, he's selling them damn monkeys. The owner of this facility brought the victim into the leopard cage, said the victim's attorney, Steve Lander.
Yeah.
About 3 seconds after entering the cage, the leopard pounced, immediately biting and slashing at the jugular before taking his head in its mouth.
Holy fuck.
3 seconds. Just literally.
So super dead.
No, alive. He's still around. He's just, that was what I was saying. They showed a picture of his heavily bandaged head. He's just really fucked up.
Yeah.
This is a mauled by a cougar type
as you deserve to be.
Well, it's like someone who's like an amateur like skydiving instructor. There's no like chance to be like, oh, okay, we'll get back and try it again. So you fuck that up once. You fuck up needing, like having some people meet with a fucking cougar.
Yeah. It's a fucking, it's a leopard. It's a black leopard.
Now you cut that out. You quit being a little jerk.
You can
Quit being a little jerk.
But the thing is, like,
He's cute,
the
isn't he?
Tiger King, he had, people were like, oh, his zoo was small, his cages were small. It wasn't as small as just a 1 acre fucking lot in a neighborhood. So imagine just the most low rent possible version of Joe Exotic. Except this guy is like, he's one of the other animal weirdos in that documentary. He was more so like the sex creep guy who's
which one?
The cult guy, the guy who had just like the harem of women.
Yeah.
But he's one of those where he cleans up nice on YouTube, where you're like,
sure,
oh, you seem more normal than like Joe Exotic. like, but then you read all of the Yelp reviews and shit, and you're like, oh, he's a fucking nut too.
Yeah. That guy. I didn't trust that guy. I hated him the most. I think.
I mean, this guy Michael Paggi.
He's like the Keith Raniere or whatever of fucking.
Yeah, but this guy Michael Paggi, a guy comes to him and is like, I want to be able to rub the belly of a leopard. And instead of being like, no, you're insane, he was like, yeah, we can do that, $150, and he charged him $150 to be attacked.
I bet this guy didn't come to him. I bet he has like a sign out front that's like 150 full contact.
Wanna rub a kitty's belly?
Yeah, and the phrase full contact is so funny to me, where it's like, well, he got what he wanted.
Full contact. Yeah, that means like pantsless.
Yeah. Usually, yes, that is what.
Yeah.
It's either a karate tournament or a sex thing.
Yeah, it sounds like these are strip club rules.
Turner's injuries were so severe that his right ear was torn in half and his scalp was left hanging from his head. He has since required multiple surgeries.
Oh my God.
Again, you earned this, buddy. Fuck you. Like, I feel nothing for this.
No, yeah, this is.
You saw Tiger King. You know it's fucked. Why? What are you doing? Come on.
Maybe he got the wrong message out of
Yeah,
it.
he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of those people that watched Wolf of Wall Street and is like, this guy's awesome.
Yeah, it's like one of those things you hear about, like the Steve Irwin thing, like something that like totally. When the writing was on the wall, but you feel bad because he had a family and shit.
That's also a you earned it, buddy.
Yeah, but that is like much as like, it happened in front of his daughter, all this crazy shit.
Yeah.
But this guy, the less I know about him, the better. Because it's like, yeah, this asshole completely got what he deserved.
Yeah.
He says, this is from his lawyer. My client got a bacterial infection and ended up 7 days in the ER. He currently has severe migraines, neurological damage, and the cranial swelling is the worst, though. Misdemeanor citations were issued.
Got a big fucking melon head.
His head looks like a busted thumb. Misdemeanor citations were issued allowing full contact with the leopard, which I guess this has happened before, so it's already a crime on the books in Florida, which is great. Mm-hmm. Creating a dangerous situation resulting in injury to a member of the public.
Home base privilege, as they call it.
Lander said his client has filed a lawsuit against Michael Paggi, saying that he also let his insurance lapse. So this guy is also not going to be able to pay for his medical care, even though he fed him to his leopard.
I wonder why he couldn't get that insurance policy renewed.
It's like,
you're trying to run a zoo out of a McMansion? Cool.
In Florida?
You let strangers in the cage. For how much?
You charged
$150? Yeah, we can cover that.
That's the deal.
That should be the other way around. It's like, hey, I'll give you $150 if you get in that cage.
Yeah, the insurance is you get what you pay for.
That is funny because if you were like, I'll give you $150 to get in that cage, I'd be like, that is no way, and that's not enough money.
No, it's not.
$150? No, fuck no.
No, not for that. Maybe a little bobcat or something smaller.
Still no. You're insane, Rivers.
All right, but if someone of this ill repute, like this Michael Paggi fella, if he asked you to get into a cage with a bobcat for like $1,500, would you do it?
Maybe. How long?
Like 30 seconds.
I'm really on a dire straits right now.
30 seconds.
That's 30 seconds.
Maybe 10. I'd do it for
knowing what you can gather, not knowing this.
And this animal's never attacked a human before?
Well, according to this.
According to Michael Paggi.
Okay.
Yeah. and he's like, and the thing is like, got blood on its lips and shit. And he's like, oh, come on, it's fine.
You just get in there with the kitty and just rub his belly.
And for 30 seconds, for $1,500, would you do it? I mean, I guess it's kind of hard to say because in hindsight, the thing would attack you.
Yeah. I feel like if you got to go in there with like a snack for it and just throw it on the other side of the cage.
Yeah.
That would probably be. But then it might eat it fast and be like, where's the other snack, fucker?
Yeah.
And then eat you.
But like animals are dumb though. It's like when you like throw something and then
you could fake him out once.
They'll like kind of be confused for a minute that it's not rolling anymore, that they're realizing the thing they chased is not alive. Yeah. And then they're just kind of like, and then at that point you're like 28, 29, 30, and then you do a backflip out of the cage.
Yeah. Also, is there an exit strategy if you want to bail before the 30 seconds? How fast can you get out of this cage?
The only thing between you and the exit of this cage is Michael Paggi.
Oh, God damn it. So it's really going to be like 35 seconds.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, excuse me.
I'm assuming he is the Tiger King.
Yeah, I mean, it's funnier that way, but he is just one of those guys like, this is my monkey. Like, he's just very, like I said, look him up on YouTube. He cleans up nice for
He's
YouTube.
not like a cocaine animal person. He's just
I'm sure he is, but he can present as normal.
Yeah, because there's like cocaine animal people. There's like people who yearn human touch animal people. Like there's all different types.
I'll tell you what. I mean, I'm gonna read this next thing, and then I'll tell you what I'm gonna have to do, which is prank phone call this man. After I read all of the shit on his Yelp.
Oh my god.
So his main thing is not tigers, or leopards or big cats. Because I got curious. I was like, all right, Michael Paggi, let's look him up. And so I went to his Yelp and I went to his Google reviews, and I got a few. These are all the 1-star reviews. He's getting in fairness, he's got a lot of 5 stars, but you know. And by a lot, I mean like 10.
But 10 satisfied customers.
Yeah. But the 1 stars are funnier. And like I said, he mainly deals in monkeys, specifically capuchins and marmosets. And capuchins, if you've seen Ace Ventura, it's his little monkey, the ones that are kind of like brown fur with white face. And
cover that Grinder Man album.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And then marmosets are the ones that have the giant tufts of hair coming out from both sides of their face.
Yeah.
So,
those look very nightmarish to me. I don't like those.
So that's the reference for this. All right. So this is a 1-star review from Sophia R. in Pompano Beach, Florida, for Paggi's Animal House. Man can't make up his freaking mind. When he has marmosets for sale, they're the most amazing, beautiful, precious babies ever to exist and own. But when he has capuchins for sale, wow. Beautiful, beautiful babies for sale. Then, when he has no capuchins and no marmosets, they apparently are the worst pets ever and will kill and attack you and everybody you love. You should get a marmoset. Besides him changing his mind constantly, he overcharges insanely. He will want $11,500 for a capuchin, even though you can get a capuchin for $7,500 from other breeders. He's also completely annoying and rude to people, but comes off as friendly and professional in his YouTube videos. And he had nobody calling him out on Yelp, so here I am. People have already called him out on Google because he puts his private goddamn house on Google as a business, just asking for somebody to steal his monkeys and put them on the black market. LOL, I wish there was a 0-star.
Yeah, don't we all?
So I gotta say,
I think that this person is also an asshole.
No, they're crazy. I think it's
like, I was buying crack and then I got robbed.
Yeah, between Tiger King and this, if you're one of those people who's like, I have to have an exotic pet, you're probably crazy.
No,
right?
There's so many other things you need before an exotic pet.
I can't tell if she cares about monkeys or she tried to buy one and got ripped off.
That's what I think. I think that's exactly what happened. Because I think like she bought a capuchin and found out.
I think, maybe she got lied to, believed that they're great pets, and then they attacked everybody she loved.
Yeah, meaning her and her cat.
Yeah. He killed all the cats.
Yeah, that's
this is
probably approached her cat and she's like, "Oh, they're friends," and he
just snapped its neck karate style.
Yeah, just like making a little like Instagram video of it. To like, you got a friend in me, and then the monkey breaks the cat's
breaks his neck and just whispers in his ear, "Shh." Got a couple more here. This is a 1-star from Adriana Mendoza in Texas. I called to ask for information, and the person who answered was extremely rude. I am extremely upset. I was super excited to bring home a cute little monkey, and this person just crushed my experience. In a very polite way, I asked for information due to this being the first time I look into something like this, and I was denied for mentioning that I lived in Texas near the Mexican border. I do not understand how my location has anything to do or affects the fact of having the funds for purchasing a monkey. I definitely do not recommend this place at all. I hope everyone gets a chance to view this and considers before purchasing here. Now, he responded to this. This is Michael Paggi. You're a liar! You live in Mexico, and it's illegal for us to send animal to Mexico. When you asked if we could sell it to you in Texas, and then you would sneak it across the border, we immediately knew you were trying to do something illegal by sneaking a monkey into Mexico.
Honestly, when I was hearing her review, I knew that he was in the right for not selling her a monkey. Because also, even then, living in the desert of South Texas, that's not a good spot for a monkey.
There's no good spots for monkeys. They should be in the goddamn jungle.
Well, that's why Florida's tropical.
And then he says,
that's why you can have monkeys and tigers that attack people.
He continues, even your phone number came back in as a scam. We do not allow scammers to purchase monkeys from us and sneak them across the border to Mexico. as you had requested.
He's cool. He's good sometimes. See, even bad people can do good things, like Hitler, like in that movie.
Wait, what movie?
What?
Space Jam?
No, it happened one night.
No,
Remember
he didn't-
earlier?
Oh, right. Yeah,
No, he didn't
yeah.
do something good in
Sorry.
the movie. He just liked the
Yeah.
movie.
Is he in it?
No, I said
he's an extra. You can see him in the
He did
background.
a good
He's doing
thing
Bugs
by
Bunny-esque
liking-
shit.
by liking the movie.
yeah.
That's the good thing he did.
This is 1 star from Looper Case. I called Podgy's Animal House to discuss a price on a marmoset. Once he found out I lived in a state where monkeys are illegal to own as pets, which I did not even know until he told me, he became very rude. I was genuinely curious about the animal and wanted to know more. He refused to answer my questions and told me to go find my answers on the internet. And then he responds, "It is illegal to own a monkey in your state. We don't sell monkeys in states that are illegal. We could lose our license. We're not going to spend hours with you on the phone giving you monkey advice."
To be fair, I'm kind of on Podgy's side here because
Yeah,
but
I don't understand why you're trying to make fun of him here.
No,
he's doing
because-
the right thing.
No, but the thing is his tone. My question is, what else does he have to do except talk to crazy people who want monkeys? What did he think he was signing up for by having a monkey house?
He had to go play with the monkeys.
I don't think this Michael Podgy guy has a job outside of
Yeah.
this.
That's what I'm saying. He's got nothing but time
And it's
to
like-
entertain these questions. So that's why I'm saying we have to call this man.
But it's like the same. It's like if you're in like a used car dealership and you're like, I'm not going to buy it. I just want to sit in it.
I do think that's the thing, and I also think that he probably thinks it's a government setup. Because
Okay.
that will
That's
happen.
true.
Sure, yeah.
That's what happened
true.
to Tommy Chong.
Oh, okay.
They kept trying to buy his bongs in a state where that was illegal, and he kept telling them no, and then he finally sold it to him. Bam, locked up in jail.
That's actually a great point. Okay, I'm giving it to
I mean,
him.
this guy is an insane asshole. Don't get me wrong.
But
Yeah.
I think with the monkeys, he's doing fine. The big cats,
Yeah, the big
no
cats.
way.
Yeah, no. My only point is, like, you're saying it's like a used car dealership, but somebody is not, they're just looking or whatever. But if you're selling a lot of used cars, then sure, that's a waste of time. But you're
Yeah.
selling monkeys, man. Just be nice to people on the phone.
Yeah, and
they're
there's
not
no
gonna-
there's no line around the block. Like, come on.
Also, if you sell monkeys, you're not nice, though. Let's
No,
be honest.
You're insane.
But
yeah.
pretend. I don't know.
you got a lot of expectations for this psychopath.
The point is, I'm going to be calling him. I'm calling
Okay.
Michael Podgy. I'm going to see what happens.
Oh man,
But he's
that's-
not answering his phone right now.
You know he's got a
news
landline.
story,
Yeah, he's got a landline.
Oh, that's
for
a
sure.
good point. Yeah, he probably isn't.
All these 1-star reviews are just people who got shut
Wanted
down.
to do illegal shit.
Got shut down and seemed like they deserved it.
Oh, that's
It's
what
like,
I'm saying. I'm
it's
not
like-
sticking up for them.
Yeah.
I'm saying everyone who wants to own a monkey is insane.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's like when
correct.
when you're reading a Yelp review and somebody's like trying to say a restaurant's bad and then they're just describing how they were being a giant little bitch in there.
yeah. I just threw a glass and said, "Fuck you, I don't pay," and then they threw me out into the street.
They said I could never come back.
Like you shouldn't.
Yeah.
all I was doing was drinking too much and trying to fucking grab a waitress. Why did I get thrown out? Fuck
They're
y'all. 1
unfriendly
star.
there. Yeah. Unfriendly.
1 star to the Sarasota Hooters. Fuck y'all.
I'm going to Twin Peaks.
I'm going. They don't treat me like this at Cafe Risque.
Just found out about Twin Peaks this year, and I was like, oh, like the show?
Sorta.
Yeah. Well, are y'all ready to jam out today?
Sure.
Oh my God, we've got a.
I want to talk about Hitler more.
Oh hey,
actually.
buddy, I'm ready. I'm ready. We can talk about it.
What about him?
Well, as the vote is still being counted in Pennsylvania, I looked this up.
Speaking of,
Well, I looked this up for yesterday, and then of course, the computer took a shit. Still running good as
More
far as
tragic
we can see
than
over
the
here.
Hindenburg.
It really was.
Some might say.
yikes.
But yesterday they were counting the votes in Pennsylvania, and guess what? Today they're still counting the votes in Pennsylvania, so this is still relevant. Let's go to Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania's own. Fucking Poison.
Oh, I didn't know they were from Pennsylvania.
That's what I found out. I didn't know either. They're
Where are you, Brett Michaels?
I know. I figured they were from here, but they're from Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania.
Surely they got famous out here.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But they, but then I recalled our last regular show before the Corona thing really, happened was with Nicole Yates, who grew up in Philadelphia, and she was talking about how Poison used to make local commercials for them. Or was that Cinderella? Maybe it was Cinderella. Anyway, point is, they're from
it was some shitty band. That's
band.
what we can
Right.
be sure of here.
Yeah,
Right.
But yeah, from Mechanicsburg, this is Poison. The song is "Unskinny Bop."
I got to be honest. When you told me about this and I tried to look up stuff, I was like, I didn't know Poison made songs that were kind of okay.
It's like all hair metal. It's like I recently listened to. I know a lot of listeners a lot of people vehemently defend him, but I listened to Hysteria by Def Leppard. And I was like, there's some good songs on this.
Yeah.
I'm
more of a Pyromania guy myself, but Hysteria's good.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Especially, I mean, it's an incredible record considering you have to learn how to drum again after having your arm torn off.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Wild.
Legend shit.
Yeah, legend shit, yeah. Savage mode.
I've just been so vehemently opposed to hair metal for so long that, like, you can listen to it now, and if you listen to it as dumb pop music, you're like, okay.
Yeah.
You listen to it to
100%.
if you listen to it any way of being like, this is metal, it's like, no, this is not metal whatsoever. This is stupid pop music.
It's barely rock.
Yeah, it's barely rock. This is just pretty boy pop music, and if you can appreciate it on those terms, even Guns N' Roses, where it's like, ooh, it's just like a whole Backstreet Boys filled with AJ or the bad one.
Yeah, and they're misogynistic.
Yeah, there was
back up, bitch. That's the one.
Yeah, Axl Rose said that one song.
That's the problem with them. That's the problem with Axl Rose, not everything else about it.
But yeah, let's get down to these comments for Scanny Bop. First up, Gray James from 1 month ago. I just started hearing Poison. It is rock and roll.
What kind of fucking bunker have you been in? That is an alien. Yeah, like the fucking, is this what rock is?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, yeah, this is the one guy left at Ice Station Zebra down in Antarctica, and it is rock and roll.
Yeah, you just got Poison, huh?
Yeah.
Wow, Nirvana's gonna blow your fucking mind.
Really fucking nuts. This is Orange Guy from 3 years ago. This is the great America that Trump is talking about when he says to make it great again.
True. Trump does want the coked out 80s. Like the greedy.
He is the coked out 80s.
Yeah, he's like the living and how that has aged, which is just like leathery and fat and like knocking on death's door with every step.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean,
the only man less honest about his hairline than Bret Michaels.
Oh, yeah.
It's Donald Trump.
Take the bandana off.
Yeah.
No, the bandana's just going to keep getting wider and wider.
Yeah. It's going to turn into
until his eyebrows fall out. Yeah. Then he's going to look like that dude from Suicidal Tendencies.
It's just going to be a damn, bandana like all the way tied around do-rag situation.
Yeah.
Pirate.
Pirate. There we go.
Yeah, he's a piratey.
Oh, God. If he started tying it in the front like Tupac, that would be so fucking funny.
That would expose his bad hairline.
Yeah, that's true. I guess that defeats the purpose.
Pac of love.
Hot damn. Jam from 7 months ago. And again, 7 months ago. I wonder if this is going to cancel their tour. It's like, yeah.
Well,
I think it is.
7 months ago. Fucking March.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It turns out,
I give him credit.
What does it say what day? It just says 7 months
ago. It says 7 months ago, yeah. So we're talking March or April.
We were talking about this on the podcast, I think. Or I don't know when we were talking about it. But where do you put it at the start of this as? March 16th?
Oh, I'm always just because for the sake of ease, St. Patrick's Day. That'll be my marker.
The 19th was my last day of work.
Yeah. I think whenever we were at Public House and the NBA stopped.
Because you and me, our last tour was on the 10th. I remember that. It was March 10th, and we had 2 tour buses full of kids from North Dakota who were here to see Hamilton. I think
that's
they were
right.
The musical theater department,
and all the banners are still up, like all over Hollywood Boulevard.
Yep.
And they're like, "You guys want to go look at a rainy street?"
Dude, it was so funny because it turned out they came to LA to go to Disneyland, which I think closed down,
shut down
pretty shortly after they got here.
I mean, this is when malls were shut down.
It's March 10th. Yeah. So it's just as soon as these kids landed, I still think about it. I feel bad for them. As soon as they landed in LA, the whole town just everything.
This is like the drone shots of the 101, historically shut down.
Yeah. So the only thing they did was hung out with me and Carter for 3 hours.
Yeah, and then I'm sure they went and fucking masked up in a hotel, and they're like, "This sucks."
Yeah,
man, I fucking hated those guys.
Dude.
I was trying to be funny over it was a bus of people.
Yeah,
and I wasn't driving, so I wasn't normally stressed out, being and over there is a taco stand. Oh shit! I wasn't doing that, but I was I was just sitting there staring at their vacant faces, being You know, that's the Hollywood sign there. 19.
Wow, I remember this. Yeah. Because I was killing.
Yeah, I remember you got off the bus and you were like killing. And
I've killed harder on that bus than I've ever killed in like a comedy club. Like they should have just carried me off the bus. It was that good. And then I remember talking to you and you're like, that was dreadful. I'm like, well, hey, you know.
Oh, I bombed in that way where I was just like talking to the kid up front. Like, you know, when you're bombing and stand up and you just
talk to the front row.
Talk to the front row and you'd be like, hey, nice hat. Like I was just.
How long have you been a student in this high school?
Yeah, but it's over a microphone. And so everyone in the back is like, this fucking asshole needs to kill himself.
Oh, man. Good times.
Yeah. Boy, that was a lifetime ago, wasn't it?
So I started reminiscing. My God. Nevik from 2 years ago. Grunge killed hair metal, and we thank God for it. But it is still a guilty pleasure from time to time for me. Like Coke.
See, like, talk about burying the lead.
That rules.
Like heroin.
Hell yeah, from every once in a blue moon.
I was about to say, like, stop the presses. Grunge killed hair metal, huh?
Yeah.
Grunge, we're so far past that lead. It's like, dude, emo core is the new hair metal. Like, hair metal is like...
Dude, the people who listen to rock music are so stuck in the past. Like,
My
seriously,
God.
when you read these comments, like, there was a bunch of ones about grunge.
Yeah.
And a bunch of them being like, fuck this band. And it's
Dude.
like, why are you on this video, first of all?
Yeah.
And what a weird thing to be thinking about.
Grunge is 30 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, fucking, like, it's insane to think that, like, I mean, grunge is, like, that shit is classic rock now. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
It is
Well, they
100
play this on the classic rock station all the
Yeah,
time.
I mean, this is, like, ancient. This is, like...
Yeah.
Which is so funny because, you know, everyone was fucking each other doing coke to this shit. It's so ancient now.
Now some 50-year-old man still's doing it.
Yeah, still I just every now and again I'll sit around and do coke by myself to this song.
I've got a run here of 3 very horny comments.
That's nice.
Wilma from 5 years ago. I must admit that Brett was pretty gorgeous back in the day, although I think Ricky certainly gave him a run in the looks department. Too bad I was not old enough to be a full-fledged groupie for those 80s rockers. Ha 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 ha!
I didn't get to get used, chewed up, and spit out.
I was going to say, I was only 12, so I couldn't have the members of fucking the Scorpions dig me out. It was terrible.
I hear some of them were into that kind of stuff, but my mom wouldn't let me go to the concert.
My mom was being a bitch and wouldn't let me get child abused.
It's weird. I didn't know girls were into groupie culture as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They are the groupies. Yeah.
We've all seen Almost Famous.
This is similar.
I haven't.
Oh, you haven't? It's a pretty good movie. Philip Seymour Hoffman's great.
This is similar. Little Angel 4780 from 5 months ago. And she's speaking of Bret Michaels here. Those eyes. ... If only I wasn't 2 when this came out. Stop doing it. Just say he's a good-looking guy.
He's got that like weird like scrunched baby face, and like thinking about the fact that he's bald now, like he must look like Joe Jackson or like
I'm just saying, don't tell me how old you were and that you want to fuck him now but can't because the fact you were 2 prohibited you. Just say he's a good-looking guy.
Yeah, I would have fucked him then.
Yeah, if I wasn't a baby, I would have totally climbed on top of his ride.
Which I would now.
And then this is the last in this little triplet. Abigail Delaney from 1 year ago. I would love to give my hot Brett the longest answer in the back of a concert hall.
The longest answer?
I don't know. I didn't look at the lyrics to the song, so maybe he asked, like, who wants to fuck?
The question is, who wants to suck my dick?
He was a poet. I mean, he's a romantic poet.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. This is what I call government jailbait here.
And
Nice.
Rivers knows that.
I fell for this too many times. GYU from 8 years ago. I'm a teen that plays this on my iPhone at the mall. Parentheses, true story. Where do you guys live?
Oh.
Dude, if that ain't a fucking...
That's
like
Chris Hansen.
Chris
himself.
Hansen.
Yeah.
Straight up. Boom. This is
We
another
went
one.
on to a Poison video. Found user Darth Maul 42069 said, I would like to, quote, eat your ass.
I want to wrestle you so freaking bad.
That's a lot of oil you got there. You care to sit down?
You want to take a seat?
You want to take a seat?
This is similar.
It's a nice burrito you got there.
High Shister or High Shisters from 3 years ago. Hey, I'm a little kid. This is real and true rock and roll. I dance around like a maniac because this is my jam, and I was going to see them play, but I had to go to softball.
That is Brett Michaels.
No, that's the FBI. That's the feds.
FBI.
That's the feds.
I'm a little kid.
It's literally, it starts with, hey, I'm a little kid.
Hey, I'm a little fucking kid, and I'm all unprotected or whatever. You can find my softball practice on 123 Main Street.
Yeah, I play for the Dragons in Canton. No one's home, ever.
Can someone show me some crazy rock and roll like this? This is what damn kids listen to.
It is funny that the government clearly is like, okay, there's a demographic for child molesters.
I'm telling you, dude.
Yeah,
They
who
like
poison.
Think about how many crazy people we've read off on this thing, man.
Oh, yeah.
They are not wrong. This is a honey trap.
That's the thing about Silence of the Lambs. Is they get it wrong. It's not
Hitler
80s
loved
post-punk. Yeah, Hitler loved it, and it's not 80s post-punk.
And it's not Tom Petty.
It's hair metal.
Yeah.
It's hair metal that these pedophiles like. And I base that on the fact that I don't have a taste for hair metal.
Oh, I forgot. There's another one. Abigail Whelan from a year ago. Hey, I'm younger than most. Wait. Hey, I'm younger than most that would be talking to you, but you guys are really good, and I play this song all the time when
Poison
I'm doing
did not
chores.
post this.
Playing at my friend's house. You guys rock, and this is what I listen to all day, all the time, not pop or country.
There does seem to be a trend, going back through these old shitty songs on YouTube, there's a trend of young kids who think they're cool for listening to like old music.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. Which, I mean, I guess it had a different connotation for young kids now than it would for, I mean, when we were kids and this came, I mean, this was like old lame music.
Well, yeah, this was like out when we were born.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But kids look at this shit now. I mean, they're going to look at nu metal the same way, where it's like this maligned genre of music that will have hits.
We've been seeing those comments in the nu metal videos, too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of people like, I love old music like this, but my friends in high school, I am 12, and my friends do not get it.
Listen to trap music and want to shake their booties.
Yeah, that
and
was
I
the
do
last
not like
one.
that.
Yeah.
I'm a little baby, and I want to try drugs for the first time.
Yeah, we were talking about My Generation by Limp Bizkit on the last show, and somebody goes, it's like, people at my school think I'm weird and or lame because I am 12, but they are twerking 12-year-olds or something like that. That's so weird. But again, that is also totally FBI. These two are kind of in a category onto themselves too, which I like. First one here, Jimmy Mitchell from a year ago. This is back when music didn't mean a goddamn thing.
I kind of like that.
I like that too.
I concur.
Yeah, and similarly, JCS from 5 months ago. For me, 80s was my favorite music era. Mostly just good fun, good stuff with no deep, heavy messages. Okay, maybe there was AIDS and famine in Africa, but musically, I love it.
There still are those things.
Yeah. Absolutely. The 80s are like one of my legit favorite eras for music, but not popular music.
Yeah, not
like
this
80s
bullshit.
punk is the shit. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's one of the things I like about rap music, honestly. Sometimes there's deep meaning, but sometimes it's like, yeah, this guy just likes his car. Driving it around.
Yeah, he's just showing off.
Oh, well, that's what I was in it, because you will always get the comments of like, fucking rappers, all they talk about is money and doing drugs. I'm like, what was hair metal if not about cars and doing drugs
and pussy?
Yeah, what is all pop music about except girls, cars, and doing drugs? Those are the themes.
Essentially, yeah.
Linda Wyatt from 2 years ago, and I love this. This is the shit I live for because this is very personal. Linda Wyatt from 2 years ago. I was with Poison when this song hit #1 on MTV. I drove Ricky to get the blue car in the Unskinny Bop video. I went bowling with Poison and Tesla in Carbondale, Pennsylvania, and I can't get back to them now because I'm not with Scotty. I remember the dog on the tour bus. I was there to see Susie's ring. I remember Bobby and the girl brushing their teeth. I was on the bus when Cece didn't eat. I fixed his food. Last show I went to, I had to pay $2,000 to sit in the second row and no backstage pass.
Well, dude, first of all,
that's sad.
Linda, I'm so sorry about this.
Is it Linda?
Linda Wyatt. It's like, I would
Linda,
please call into the show. I would love to talk for hours about
Linda,
this.
we know you're listening.
in what reality are you paying $2,000 to go to a Poison concert?
Yeah, it's like to sit second row, and I'm like, where are they playing where there's seats?
Also,
You would be sitting on a bale of hay.
No, because the people who go to their shows don't want to stand for a full concert.
That's true, but most of them are in fields next to Ferris wheels. They have to bring
Poison still is big, dude. They're not Smash Mouth. People would still love to go see it.
I guess they got
Straight up.
the VH1
Yeah.
pop. Yeah, that's true.
yeah. I mean,
About that.
That's sad though, because she was just like one of the guy's not just, but she was one of the guy's girlfriends. And then
Yeah.
after they broke up, she was like, "I thought I was friends with everybody." And it's like, well, you broke up with this dude. He doesn't want to hang out with you anymore around the band Poison.
yeah, they got big enough to where podcasts make fun of their music. You know what I mean? Like,
Ronald Hefner from a year ago, and if that name sounds familiar, this is Ronald Hefner's 6th appearance on the podcast because he commented on.
I like to think he's not Hugh Hefner's son, but he's Hugh Hefner's like weird brother.
Or Ghost.
Spiritual embodiment.
Or Hugh Hefner faked his own death, and he came back as Ronald Hefner, and he's just wearing a fake mustache.
But yeah, for the heads, he was on Creed's Higher, Bad Companies, Saliva's Click Click Boom, White Zombies, Thunder Kid 65, Sammy Hagar's I Can't Drive 55, and now on Unskinny Bop by Poison, Ronald Hefner from 1 year ago. Hut, my starter, spicy. There he is, Ronald Hefner. What a genius!
Has just found the like badass music for cool motherfuckers playlist on YouTube.
Yeah.
He just lets it roll all day long.
Hell
Dude,
yeah.
My buddy Chandler's dad, Chandler and I, this was back in probably like 2004, 2005. We were looking for something on his computer, and there was a folder just labeled Kick-Ass Tunes. And I was like, dude, what is Kick-Ass Tunes? He's like, oh, that's my dad's music folder.
Yeah.
And literally, I was like, please burn me that CD, and it's still one of my favorite fucking CDs. It's just like,
It could all fit on a CD.
yeah, I think so. It was like
Nice.
It was like Foghat and REO Speedwagon. Like they were indeed Kick-Ass Tunes.
Yeah, sure. Good stuff to work on a car too.
Yeah. Last one here. Rowdy Rodimus from 4 years ago. Through my connection with some former adult film stars, parentheses, Hall of Fame actresses, so not nobodies, I have found out which porn...
All right. Not some fucking low rent. These are avian winning porn stars.
I have found out which porn star Cece was dating that made Brett start making up the lyrics to this song in order to sleep with her. Unfortunately, it was the late Savannah who committed suicide a few years after this came out.
Jesus.
I was like, this is not...
This guy knows his salt too because he's hung out with porn stars.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he knows them. He knows them.
He knows what Brett did.
Wait, I got one.
Oh, you got one?
I found one while I
Oh,
was
shit.
going
Hit
through.
me.
Yeah, yeah.
This one has all types of weird vibes to it.
Okay.
This was my wife's favorite song, whether she liked it or not. So she's either dead or they're divorced now.
Or she's in a hole and he's like,
Yeah.
puts the lotion on its skin.
Yeah.
Why don't you want to listen to your favorite song?
Yeah. Just absolutely not good at all.
Yeah, what a psycho.
Oh, man. Oh, wait, shit. Sorry. I also have one more. Julian Johnson from 5 months ago. This song makes me think about the good times when I was young. This song makes me think about the good times when I was young. And my dad had this dog named Duke. And that was my best friend. And that dog protected me all the time. And I never knew what happened to him. Man spent the past... there's no punctuation in this. I never knew what happened to him. Man spent the past hour remembering Duke. Letting the tears roll out, man.
R.I.P. Duke.
And that... that weird fucking note. That is Unskinny Bop.
Yeah.
By Poison. Shout out to Pennsylvania. Count your goddamn votes quicker, please.
Yes, please.
And that's our show. Show number 104, officially 2 fucking years of podcasts in 8 months.
Wow.
How do you like that?
Are your other favorite podcasts doing that?
Fuck no.
Doubt it.
Fuck no. So give us a rate, give us a review, give us a damn subscribe. Thank you so much. And as you heard, these two are off social media, so give me that retweet when this episode.
We're on it, but I will respond.
Yeah.
They're lurkers. They're lurkers.
I might.
It's up to you.
When I accidentally open my phone and load Twitter instantly without my brain even thinking about it, I might see the notification.
Oh well.
Also, like this podcast. You don't have to be worried about Hitler liking this podcast.
Yeah, he's dead.
He's dead as shit. I'm telling you.
So you won't have to like the same thing as Hitler to like this podcast.
And look, even if his ghost is listening, Hitler, I'm gonna say it. Fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
You was an asshole.
Lick
we're happy.
We don't want the endorsement.
Lick my balls, dude.
I'm the only person brave enough to say it, but Hitler sucks.
Hitler can explode in hell for all I care.
He really sucks. He was a bad man.
Yeah. Wow. It's let's go out on a limb and say it. He sucks.
We're saying it. Hitler sucks. Well, this might be a moot point, but Sam, where can people find you online?
Slam harder on Twitter.
Yeah.
Or on this podcast.
Go back and read the old stuff.
Yeah, go tell Aaron Milam I'm not dead because he was worried today and I didn't respond. I thought about posting goodbye right before I stopped tweeting, but then I was like, everybody will think I killed myself.
Oh yeah, don't do that.
Oh yeah, no. It's like with show business, you just fade away.
Yeah.
yeah. Don't. That's what I was saying, man. I put up that that status was like, you know what I want to do right now is sit right next to a warm fire and read 2 paragraphs about why a guy I met in 2009 left Facebook. So that's what I mean. Just go out as recently canceled Lil Wayne said. Real G's move in silence like lasagna, baby. Just fade away
Like lasagna.
Yeah. Carter, where can people find you on your half alive, half dead social media presence?
We might come back. I'm probably going to re-download the apps, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But, it's Carter_Glasscock on Twitter and Instagram, and CarterGlasscock.com
very
is the
much
website.
alive CarterGlasscock.com.
Absolutely. You can check it out, that's where you can see me. And here.
Got a record coming out.
Got a record coming out, the Crystal Pistol. Coming out very soon.
Radland Records.
On Radland Records. And we'll have it out on all the streaming stuff.
Hell yeah.
But that's coming out real soon. We're excited about it.
Dude, that's awesome, man. Well, find me on Twitter and Instagram where I'm too active at Rivers Langley. And of course, the best way to support the show, head over to patreon.com/thegoodspod, or second best way to support this show, head over to Apple Podcasts, rate, review, and subscribe. If you are new to the show, because I just have had a few people hit me up in the past few days that were like, hey, I'm new listening to the show. If you review it, send me a little DM and I will mail you some stickers.
Also, hello.
Yes, also hello. Sorry.
Fine, how are you doing? Yeah.
And do all that stuff. And we'll see you next